Everyone thinks owning a small apartment building is the golden ticket to financial freedom. Buy a 12-unit building, collect rent from 12 families, and watch the cash flow roll in every single month. No flipping. No tenants who own their own walls. Just pure recurring revenue from a single address. It sounds like the smartest move in real estate. And for the buyers who understand the math, it can be. But most first-time buyers do not understand the math. They understand the fantasy. Here is the reality. The average small apartment building with 8 to 20 units generates somewhere between $200,000 and $600,000 a year in gross rental income. That sounds enormous. But after mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, management, utilities, vacancy, and legal fees, the typical owner of a 12-unit building nets somewhere between $40,000 and $90,000 a year. That is a solid income. But it is not freedom. Not yet. And it comes with a level of responsibility that most people wildly underestimate. In 2021, a couple named Marcus and Dana bought a 16-unit building in Memphis for $1.1 million. The seller showed $140,000 a year in net operating income. 9 months later, 3 units needed full kitchen renovations at $12,000 each. 2 tenants stopped paying and took 7 months to evict. Their net income that year was not $140,000. It was $31,000. Their story is not unusual. It is the average for unprepared buyers. In the next 10 minutes, we break down the 3 tiers of apartment building ownership: the operating expense ratio that determines whether you profit or bleed, the capital expense cycle that blindsides most first-time owners, how buildings actually fail, and the one formula that separates apartment building wealth from expensive real estate babysitting. This is the money behind owning a small apartment building. There are 3 tiers of small apartment building ownership, and the economics at each level are completely different. Tier 1 is the small multifamily, 2 to 4 units, duplex, triplex, or fourplex. Purchase price runs $150,000 to $600,000 depending on location. You can use a standard residential mortgage with as little as 3.5% down if you house hack, meaning you live in 1 unit and rent the rest. The advantage is the lowest barrier to entry in all of apartment investing. The catch is the math is tight. 1 vacancy in a fourplex means 25% of your revenue disappears overnight. Tier 2 is the mid-size apartment building, 5 to 20 units. Purchase price runs $400,000 to $2.5 million. This is where the economics genuinely shift. You need a commercial loan, which means the bank underwrites the building, not you. The advantage is that the building's income qualifies the deal. Your personal credit score matters far less. The catch is that you now own a commercial property with commercial responsibilities: boilers, roof systems, common area maintenance, and compliance with local housing codes. Tier 3 is the large small multifamily, 20 to 50 units. Purchase price runs $1.5 million to $8 million. At this scale, you are a property management company whether you like it or not. The advantage is economies of scale. A 24-unit building does not cost twice as much to manage as a 12-unit building. It costs maybe 30% more. The catch is capital intensity. 1 roof replacement on a 24-unit building can exceed $150,000. If the real numbers are already changing how you see apartment buildings, 1 tap on the like button pushes this breakdown to more people. It takes less than a second, and it genuinely helps. Now here is where most apartment building buyers get fooled: the operating expense ratio. Take a 12-unit building. Average rent $950 per unit per month. That is $11,400 per month, $136,800 per year in gross rental income. Most sellers will tell you operating expenses run 30 to 35%, so you assume net operating income of $89,000 to $96,000. On a purchase price of $850,000, that looks like a cap rate above 10%. It looks like a steal. Here is what actually happens. Mortgage debt service eats 40 to 50% of gross income right off the top. Property taxes eat 8 to 12%. Insurance eats 4 to 6%. Maintenance and repairs eat 8 to 15%. Property management costs 8 to 10%. Vacancy and bad debt eat 5 to 10%. Utilities on common areas and owner-paid units eat another 3 to 6%. Add it all up, and total expenses including debt service consume 75 to 90% of gross rental income, not 35%. Your $136,000 gross becomes somewhere between $14,000 and $34,000 in actual cash flow after debt service. That 10% cap rate the seller quoted was net operating income before the mortgage. Your actual cash-on-cash return after debt service is closer to 4 to 8%, still positive, but razor thin. And that is before a single capital expense hits. The number one cost that destroys apartment building owners is the capital expense cycle. Not bad tenants, not vacancy, the building itself aging underneath you. The average small apartment building in America is 40 to 60 years old. That means the roof has been replaced at least once and is probably due again. The boiler or HVAC system is approaching end of life. The plumbing is original cast iron or galvanized steel that is slowly corroding from the inside. The electrical panels may not meet current code. A roof replacement on a 12-unit building costs $60,000 to $120,000. A boiler replacement costs $15,000 to $40,000. A full plumbing overhaul costs $80,000 to $200,000. Electrical panel upgrades run $2,000 to $5,000 per unit, $24,000 to $60,000 for the whole building. These costs do not arrive on a schedule you can predict. They arrive when they arrive, and they arrive in clusters because everything in the building was installed at roughly the same time and wears out at roughly the same time. This is the capital expense trap of apartment building ownership. Your cash flow is predictable. Your capital expenses are not, and the gap between those two realities is where most owners quietly go broke. There is another cost that nobody talks about: the management burden. A 12-unit building generates roughly 100 maintenance requests per year. Tenant turnover costs $2,000 to $5,000 per unit in cleaning, painting, repairs, and lost rent. You can expect 2 to 4 turnovers per year. And evictions average 3 to 6 months and cost $3,000 to $8,000 each in legal fees and lost rent. Here is how apartment buildings actually fail, and it is almost never because the market crashed. Case 1. A man named Robert bought a 20-unit building in Cleveland for $1.4 million. Net operating income was $160,000 on paper. Within 2 years, the city mandated fire escape upgrades and lead paint remediation on all units. Total cost was $210,000. Robert did not have reserves. He tried to refinance, but the building appraised lower after the mandated repairs were disclosed. He lost the building to the bank. Case 2. A group of 3 investors pooled money to buy a 14-unit building in Baltimore. They self-managed to save the 8% management fee. Within 18 months, deferred maintenance cascaded. A leaking roof damaged 4 units. 2 tenants withheld rent citing habitability. The investors disagreed on whether to spend $40,000 on the roof or sell. By the time they agreed, vacancy had climbed to 43%. The building sold at foreclosure for 60% of what they paid. Both failures share one root cause. The owners treated the building like a stock that pays dividends. It is not. It is a machine that requires constant capital reinvestment to maintain its value and its income. So how do the successful apartment building owners actually build wealth? There is a formula, and it has 4 parts. Apartment building wealth equals forced appreciation plus debt paydown plus cash flow plus tax benefits. In that exact order of importance. The operators who get rich do not chase cash flow. They buy underperforming buildings at a discount, force appreciation by raising rents and reducing expenses, let the tenants pay down the mortgage, and use depreciation to shelter their other income from taxes. Cash flow, the thing everyone obsesses over, is actually the least important part of the equation in the early years. Forced appreciation and debt paydown are what build real equity. Here is the cynical truth nobody says clearly. A small apartment building is not a passive income machine. It is a business that disguises itself as real estate. Treat it like a stock and it will bankrupt you. Treat it like a business, reinvest in the asset, manage the capital expense cycle, and force appreciation through operational improvements, and you own a wealth-building engine that compounds for decades. The building was never the investment. The operation always was. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Share your thoughts in the comments, like and subscribe for more exciting content.